verses on?
No, I haven't touched it yet.
But we don't need this one because this one is not freaking acting right.
Notification. Alright.
You said what a vacation.
I said notification. Something just popped up as a notification.
Is mine still set? Let me see.
Yeah, yours is fine.
Mine on?
Yeah, yours I turned on.
We got Max in the building. Hey everybody. I guess while we getting set up, I guess I can go ahead and do the little shout outs. I had two special people that I wanted to say. First of all, welcome to the Four Opinions. Glad you guys tuned in. It is 7 o'clock Thursday. But I wanted to say two things. I wanted to say this Sunday, my brother Tito Wilson at Wilson's Imaging on 2124 and a half West Broadway will be having his t-shirt brand launch, Image 773. It's called Up Your Image. It's a cool design. It's really nice. He worked really hard. I just remember when he was like getting it all together. He finally is ready to launch. The shirt is it's called Up Your Image, and basically, let's see what I asked him. I said the image is a person, a woman, or a man who has old images of things like they picked up over the time in their life, like they was too fat, too small, too ugly, too black, too light, whatever. Well, whatever it is to up your image, and it means to take control of your image now. Like let the back, whatever the past image was, and to identify with yourself and be okay with yourself. And then doing that, you would obtain yourself some kind of power that would change the world. So shout out to Tito. I really wanted to get that out. We usually don't do this, but I just think that we should start like appreciating different people that is doing things. Also, my girl Queen Slay, Iris, that's my girl. She is a big supporter of the Black Threadist. She always coming by the shop and everything. She's actually having her launch at the Northtown Mall. She's having a pop-up shop this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. She can get on here and quote me if I'm wrong. But it'll be at the Northtown Mall in my area, which is in Blaine. So she'll be at the Northtown Mall. She got some cold clothes, accessories, and everything. I'm so proud of you, Iris, and I'm also proud of you, Tito. You guys keep, doing what you do. So that's Sunday, 3 to 6 for Tito. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I think our hours is 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can meet her down at Northtown Mall. And last but not least, make sure you guys check me out on KMOJ FM HD2. 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. I am the co-host with Cheryl Underwood with the morning show on KMOJ. So I'm up and official. So you guys, you can go and get the app or whatever, or go to KMOJFM.com and you can look up where you can hear me in the morning. So I think I cut your volume down on there. That's your volume. Is that your volume?
Sorry.
So make sure you guys go and check me out. I think you guys had some announcements.
I did. My best friend Shay Goodwin lost her father last week, so I want to just send condolences to her and the family. Keep them in your prayers. And then my little cousin, she's getting married on Saturday. Congratulations to her.
We'll be heading to Michigan.
Yep, we'll be heading to Michigan for that.
A fun weekend. And then, I don't know what.
And if you guys got anything, like we said, always go to www.4opinions.com, and we can get your, if you want us to shout out your businesses and everything. So keep us in the loop of what's going on. I know we got a lot of people out there doing big things. But these two people are special to me, Tito and Iris. So cool.
So shall we get this thing kicked off?
Get it kicked off.
All right. So tonight's topic was sent to us by a friend of ours, Nichelle. So thanks for this topic for us tonight. She wanted to know, would we allow our partners to go on vacation with their exes and their children. Okay? Think about that for a second.
Okay. Let me get a better understanding. Are we saying their children as their children, or her or his children?
Their children.
So the children that they have together. When they were once upon a time a family.
Right.
I'm just trying to get
Gotta
clarification.
get clarification, right.
Clarification.
Would you?
And wait a minute, but we also gonna talk about that, and then we're gonna try to get to some resort of having a healthy relationship of a blended family. That if you was to say yes or no,
Yes.
because if you say no, you want to know why no. But then if you say yes, because I think I'm in a position of saying yes at this point, but I'm not in a relationship and not all in love. But the biggest thing for me will be like, why aren't I involved with going, unless they have something kind of established prior to us getting together.
Well, maybe you didn't get along with the new friend of whoever.
Right.
So in order to have a peaceful vacation,
So
you wasn't invited.
So X me out. What you think?
I guess it would depend on the situation. My answer would be no.
You know what I mean? I heard somebody
You
else
say
say
no?
No.
Somebody else said no. Well, we asked a couple of people out there today before we even started, and they was like, absolutely not. But I'm just like, how important is the relationship, first of all? Because if you are together, let's just hypothetically speaking, you are together, you're in love, you're functioning, you got trust, you got all that stuff. Why would it be an issue?
Okay, but you just said the key words: love, trust, and all that good stuff. But in my situation, and I'm just kind of being personal, the history with his new girlfriend and my children, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, we saying if it was your boyfriend and he was in a previous relationship before he got with you,
Yeah.
and she wanted to take the kids.
Why
With
can't I
him.
come along? Why can't I come along?
Because maybe you a Spitfire. He don't want to deal with all that.
I mean, why are you inviting him?
Because he's the father.
Okay, so why can't you invite me?
Maybe
I'm
y'all don't get
I'm the
along.
new girlfriend or the new wife or whatever. Why can't I come along?
So that's what we're trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out, why would it be an issue? If you had the
I don't
trust,
think
if
it
you
would
had
be
the...
an issue. I just want to know why I couldn't come along. I want a vacation too. I want to share in the fun.
Okay.
I would just say no.
You say no?
Yeah. A friend of mine earlier was telling me that, let's just say his ex approached him and said the children want to go on vacation, and he was with somebody else, and she was with somebody else, let's just say. He said for him to come home and even ask me about that is just cause for starting an argument. That should have been squashed right then and there with her, like, no, that's not going to help. And my new girlfriend, whatever, is not going to go for that. I don't know what your husband is thinking, but no, that's not a proper thing that we should be doing
And I
right
agree
now.
100%.
Now,
I think it's inappropriate.
It's different if her new friend and my new friend were involved and were allowed to come. That would be another topic. But just us four, 2 kids and us 2, no, that won't fly.
But what if they had like a healthy co-parenting schedule that they was doing for like... Why you looking at me
No,
like
I'm
that?
listening. I'm just
I'm just
listening.
saying, what if they had like some kind, like they just really truly is finished with each other, and it's like this is what they do to do a healthy situation for the children. Why would it be an issue? You know what I mean?
So
like if she said me, him, like they've been together for like 25 years, and all of a sudden it's a separation. They both moved on, but they did these family vacations for, 5
Since
or
the
10
kids were
years,
little.
right? And then all of a sudden you come along, so it's supposed to stop, or can they go and be together and function without any
No,
hanky-panky?
because
Hanky-panky.
the problem with that is, even though it's over with, women are facetious. You done moved on. She probably hasn't. She would do some stuff too.
Me and her too.
Well, yeah, but women, women are worse. They're worse. Women will do stuff purposely just because they're mad that, it's different when you've been separated for a while, but no
Right.
one's seeing the other person that you're dealing with. And now this person is actually brought forward and it's been brought to light that, yes, I am dating someone now.
Mhm.
That might bring out the crazy.
Well, that to me also seems like it'd be an uncomfortable situation if this is truly the case. If he's got a girlfriend and everybody's done moved on, why would you want to still do a family vacation together? That
Because
would be
they're
the
used
question.
to it.
Well, do it with your new man. Or do it with your new woman. I mean, you can still keep the tradition going.
Oh,
just
with
do
the
it with
children.
your new partner or whoever it may be. Just like he or she would do the same with the children on their time.
So then you're comfortable with that? You'd be okay with that?
No, I said absolutely not. I would no. I mean, if I wanted to take my boys on vacation, it would be me and my new man taking my boys on vacation. I would not feel the need to invite my ex and take my two boys.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
for sure.
no, absolutely not. That wouldn't even happen. Fireworks would be going on over the hotel, literally.
Travis says no.
Travis?
Yes.
Oh, a lot of
Travis
mine said
is
hell no. Yeah, literally. I had Shane Logan say hell no. Augustine said no. And Travis said no.
So what
And
kind
these are all men.
So when you said that you asked some people at your job today and they was like, absolutely, that would start a fight in the household. Like, do you think that, like, so would it be questionable your relationship if someone did come and ask that? Like, 'cause that would take a lot of courage for him to come and be like, hey, my girl, my ex
girl, right?
Right, is having a family vacation in the Bahamas. You can't go. So would that make you kind of think that there's still something going on in between the two?
If he is, I don't want to say if he's a man or a real man, but if he respects the relationship, I believe that would be something he should say. I don't think that that's appropriate being that we're not together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he shouldn't even bring it up to her unless she asked.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that would be a conversation piece that I think he should handle with her quickly.
Yeah.
Kabosh.
Yeah,
No.
squash it right then and there. And then that way he doesn't even have to come to you, and that's a conversation you guys don't even have to have.
Exactly.
Because you know it's
Exactly.
going to start some mess.
And we kind of thought about that too. We said the time frame.
Mhm.
Like, how long do you think that you should have been with a person before? Just if you just start dating, a month or two into the relationship, is it okay then for him to ask if he can go on that trip with the ex and the kids?
I
Like,
don't think I trust him at that point still. Trust is earned. I don't think I would probably trust him 100%, and that would make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, in the first month.
Yeah, first 2 months even.
So how long would it be before he can even ask or whatever? And especially if you already know, when you're getting to know somebody, you dating them, and you getting to know each other, you know he was in a marriage or he was in a previous relationship. You know all this stuff. Like he explained, like he put everything on the table. Would it still be an issue if you guys are just starting to date and hanging out? Like, why would it be an issue if he already told you?
So here's the thing that I would think of. Now, you know when you go on a date and you're out there looking for a partner, would the question come up during the dating process that, hey, you know, I go on a trip every year with my ex and my kids. So that would have been brought up before. So you would have probably been able to move forward.
That right there.
You know, like, is that a red
Seriously,
flag?
No,
Right,
I
right.
actually had somebody say that earlier, that yes, they think that would be okay. They and it was a man who said to me he actually think that would be
He
okay.
would let his woman go?
No, he said he
He
would
would go,
go. Right.
right.
I
Isn't
said,
that
okay,
so?
well, what about your woman going with her? Well, you know, that would be something we
That
have
was
to talk.
standard.
Okay, exactly. Now you wanted to
Mhm.
switch it up, but you thought it was okay for you to go with
Right.
your
Yeah.
ex
Right.
and, you know, the kids. Double standards. No.
No time.
So you said you had a couple of questions that you was gonna ask about the.
Well, mine weren't necessarily questions. Mine was more on the part of things to do to kind of co-parent better.
Okay. So that definitely, if you involved with a relationship, that's what you're gonna have to strive for. So all you guys are saying no, at this particular point, that you would not let you.
Yeah, I'm saying no. What are you saying, Tiff? Because you still.
I don't know. I mean, to me with this relationship stuff, it's like at this point, I am really going back to the old school. You cannot control what a person will do as a choice. And it's at some point like you cannot continuously waste time, even pondering on that. I mean, if you going on vacation, of course it'll be in your back of your mind, but then ultimately it gives you that liberation to make a decision, to know that if he decided to do that without including you, that's already a no-go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I mean, at this point in my life, I know some people out there probably will, you know, go back and forth with it, but being that the experience and everything that you've been through, for me, I don't think that a person will be like, hey, I'm going on a vacation with my ex and you can't go and it's just us. I mean, because he's not considering your feelings. He's not considering why she don't want you to go. He's not considering the ambiance of what could happen while them two are together. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I definitely don't trust the part that they say that they're over, because I've been in positions where, you know, they said that they were done or whatever, and then that happened, that they still somehow end up, you know, rekindling something, and they have been separated forever. Because you know how men are, they like possessive. Once it's mine, it's mine.
Right.
They don't care who you with or what you're doing. So I don't know. For me, I just like, if somebody asks me that, I definitely know like we're not gonna be together. Because the first thing that would come to my mind was like, he didn't take my feelings into consideration.
Exactly.
And how did he think that this was okay?
Right.
Exactly.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But then I put on the question though when I was thinking about this topic. I said, well, what if you and her are cool? What if you and her had gained some type of relationship that you honestly could say that you could trust, that if he was going with her and the kids on vacation?
But then there's the question on, then if y'all cool, you probably would have been invited.
Right.
So you wouldn't have to.
So Nunu actually said, yes, I would trust him, and I was friends with her because we were a blended family. We're a blended family now.
But you said, right, but if they was a blended family, like Amika said, why didn't she ask you to go?
Exactly.
But sometimes, I mean, it could go both ways, because then you could be like, well, maybe they just wanted to do the co-parenting. I'm trying to help whoever is dumb enough to think that you're going to ask somebody, man, to go on a vacation with them. Like, maybe they're just trying to do some, because what we want to just, our ultimate target is to create healthiness.
Right.
So the thing about it is, like, what if they're just going to just create this, you know, moment that the kids, that they can still see that the mother and father gets along in a healthy way, and they're bringing the kids on a trip, but without you.
Yeah, that's not so healthy. Not so healthy.
Oh my God! I hope I don't be in no situation like that.
No,
I
that's
hope I
way too
bust them
much.
upside his head.
So Nichelle says, because sometimes it's all about the children.
Right. Who said that?
Nunu, she was the one who brought up the topic for tonight.
So is Nunu, can we ask you a question? Are you in that situation that somebody asked?
Yeah, she is.
She was? See.
She is. She said yes. If I would, she said yes. I would trust him, and I was friends with her because we are a blended family.
Nunu,
so
I'm gonna tell
she's
you
in that
something.
situation.
I'm gonna tell you, Nunu. True story for me. I really thought that me and my ex's ex-girlfriend was friends. Like, we, you know, when in your younger mind, in your younger days, we had got together. And, of course, you know, if I'm fighting for him and she fighting for him, it's like, I love him and I'm not, you know. So we did our little moments of fighting over him and whatever. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we ended up being together. And we ended up getting married. And so she did have a child. So what I did was put myself into a position. Originally, I was like, this is my man. And I want him. And I got him. But as we grew and started to be around each other, the dynamics of our relationship changed. Because, you know, she was going through some things and, like, you know, just typical ups and downs of relationships that she was in outside of who the guy I married was in. And, you know, I really did start to, like her as a sister, because we created a different bond. Because I remember when I was her. I remember being the person that was, you know, cheated on. I remember everything. So in my heart, I kind of fulfilled that purpose to think that bygones was bygones and that we were, you know, we really were friends. But his mother continuously told me she would never be a friend. His mother's old school. And she would always say, and I would like get so mad with her, because I'm like, she is my friend. Like, we are friends. You know, we forgave each other. You know, that was back in the days. That was 10 years ago. And she's like, she would never be your friend. But make a long story short, when the time came and everything went ahead, we end up, like, I thought that she really was my friend. I believe that in my heart, and I was really a friend to her, but she betrayed me.
With him.
She didn't betray me with him, but she had said some things that was, like, because of him. you get like if you arguing with somebody about him, like you thinking that you guys got over it. She got a man, I got him, we married, she got new kids, and we thought it was over. But like, and I was saying that for her. I would never believe that, but I would never think that if you, and even if you took the man from her, you guys would never be friends. And me, I'm the type of person, I love everybody and I forgive everybody, whatever. But I truly did believe that me and her were friends. But his mother is old school. Nunu, whoever that is, she ain't your friend. I don't care how you guys got a bond or connected. I mean, we was having some intimate moments, like me helping her out, me calling her, me encouraging her. Me, you know, even though we had that situation, we talked about it. I said I was sorry. I was like, I was in love, you know, whatever ill feelings you had.
After the fact or during the fact?
During and after.
Okay.
No, after actually.
Okay.
Because at first
That
when the
makes a
during,
difference.
we
That
was
makes a
like,
difference.
yeah, during we was like, that's my
Right.
man, that's my man, you know. But when we got to this place of like, okay, we married now, so you know, I wanted her to come to terms quicker, maybe, you know, that I wanted her to, But once we went past all that, I mean, she had another kid. So that's like a great indicator, like, I moved on. Because if you had a kid right away, you know, you think it's over. But no, baby, it was
I
like
was
years
just saying,
later.
yeah, I don't know.
And that's what, no, and I was just saying, but I didn't believe that. So that's what I was telling for Nunu.
I
Like,
don't know if I could be friends with my ex's girlfriend, new friends. I mean, being cordial, being respectful is one thing, but being friends to where me and her gonna sit down and share a glass of Moscato together, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think I would do that
That's not
either.
gonna
but see, but here's the thing about me. I was having her children. So I'm the stepmom now. So there's no shape form. I wanted her to be as, you know, I wanted her to be comfortable as well, because now your children are in my house. And now we're, you know, we're co-parenting as step-parent, whatever. You cannot like me, but I want you to know when your child is over here, is my child. So I even made the effort as far as to make it healthy, because that's the whole thing. Like, we need healthy relationships. So that's why I felt that we needed to amend things, because I wouldn't, if me and you was calling each other BITCHs and fighting, I'm not going to let my child over to your house.
Why?
Right.
Why? I don't understand. Why would you have any communication with her at all?
Because he had a child with her. So now that we're married, so now we're a family. You're not going to be at my house taking care of my child, and you have a whole kid at your at somewhere else that you're not doing anything for.
No. See how I handle that whole thing, dealing with my situation, is I talk to their dad, and I say, hey, this is what's going on. Can you please have her not say and do the certain things to my children or in front of my children? Please have her respect my decision and my opinions. And he was like, okay, I'll talk to her about it. I have nothing to do with her. I literally have nothing to do
But
with
they
her.
had a little kid, so I was just like, that's just me. I mean, and everybody, like, in my opinion, I just think if we gonna be together and we got kids, and I had kids too, so let's get that straight. Like, you're not gonna be over here playing daddy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, getting up, doing the things that you're supposed to do, and I know you got a whole child at home. Like, we need to, you know, make it work together.
Right.
So that was the main reason. But, and like I said, ultimately, like, we used to hang out. She used to invite, I mean, we used to go eat together. You know, it was her and her boyfriend at the time. They had a kid. I thought the whole thing was, like, done, you know, but it wasn't.
I was in a situation to where a ex-friend of mine was actually with this girl. He had a baby with this girl, but she had a son that was older than their son.
Mhm.
Are you following me?
Yep.
When that child's birthday came along, because he had been with her and raising that child, he felt it necessary to go and spend birthday with the oldest child's birthday, but I was not invited. So it was one of those things where you stay at home. I'm going to go to this child's birthday party because I basically helped raise this child, maybe 2 or 3 years. You basically helped raise this child for 2 or 3 years.
2 or
Let
3
me be
years.
clear,
Right.
2 or 3 years, and yet I had to stay home. Y'all know how that turned out, right?
Right.
Yeah.
2 or 3
Needless
years.
to
And that's what I
say,
said. It was like, no, I was like,
that was a no-winner right
2
there.
or
Well,
3 years. I
that's-
don't know.
Yeah, all the way around.
Why couldn't you just go to the party?
Well, oh, yeah.
Because
Well,
that makes it sketchy when you can't go to
well,
a
the
party.
thing about it was you went to the party, but you kept calling me. You kept calling me. Like that, go to the party and play stepdaddy. That's what you was going for. Go play stepdaddy. Why are you calling? Huh?
You didn't say you said somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. Go play stepdaddy. Go do what you was doing. Yeah. That's it.
I don't know. I just think.
You said somebody.
I just think that if it's 2 or 3 years, that they should be. I don't know, 2 or 3 years versus you getting married is something different. I don't know.
Let's see what these comments say here. Let's see. Where am I? Okay, so Valerie said, she or he may not even want each... Oh, it went off. He or she may not even want each other. I think it, from my memory...
You can scroll down.
How do I get it?
Yep, just scroll down.
Yes, but
From what I remember... Okay, there it is. Sorry about that, y'all. He or she may not even want each other. That's why they're apart. Vacations could just be that. Okay. Hey, Ebony.
I mean, that's not real shit.
Ebony's on. So Nunu says, I let my son's father, ex, watch my child at her daycare. So the ex is watching her and the ex's kid, okay, at that daycare. And we are still friends today, even though neither one of us is with him. Okay, well then that makes it different.
Yeah, neither one of you are with him. But if you was a woman, right, that makes it different if neither one of you are with him. But I'm saying if you was a woman that took him, that's a whole different. I swear, my mother-in-law used to be like, I used to hate my mother-in-law. She used to be like, well, not hate her generally, like, but I used to hate. She be like, she's not your friend. She's not your friend. She's not your friend. I'm like, oh yes, she is. I'm like, we going here, we going here. I mean, like. And she used to always tell me that, but if both of you, but it was always in the back of her mind, she felt some type of way that I was in a relationship with the person who she loved and, you know, whatever. So, Prince said, I couldn't do it. I've been through that before. At the end of the day, she chose him.
What?
What?
Read that again?
He said, I couldn't do it. I've been through that before, and at the end of the day, she chose him. Prince, do you care to share your story with us?
While he's replying to that, Nunu says, you can't stop no one from cheating, period. You have to have trust in your mate. You should have brought you with him to the party, Edie.
But when we said that before, we was like, before we got on here, we said that's the thing about, like, when you get to the point of, like, you have to trust them. I mean, it seems weird, but then you have to give them the benefit of the doubt, I suppose. Before something else is different, but I don't know.
I don't know, because
for me, I don't.
Not every relationship, you know.
Do all that.
Do you guys just trust people right out the gate, or I mean, I know we shouldn't bring baggage into new relationships, but you know, women do.
Right.
You know, so would you really trust a guy 2 months in that says he's gonna go on vacation?
I'm gonna just watch how he move. I mean, because if you that for me, just the way I'm set up, I just think that you would be more important for him to even say something like that. Like you wouldn't, you always, especially 2 or 3 months, you want to be around each other all the time.
Right.
That's the part of like you would not go anywhere without that person.
Right.
And you at that point where you stand up for him, like I'm not taking her. I'm not coming if she can't come.
Right.
But if you like, oh, I'm gonna go over there, it's still something going on. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I agree.
what we had? What was the other question that you had?
No, she was just saying that you got to learn to have trust in your mate, and then she said that he should have brought you to the party.
Okay. So, Princess, she went on vacation, and when it was all over, she chose him. She went on vacation, and when it was all over, she chose him over me.
That's the risk you take. That's why you don't do it. I'm serious.
Prince, you're not going into details, though.
He don't need to. That's
She went on
He gonna give us the
vacation.
juice.
And when it's all over. Yeah, I know.
You don't know what to
Y'all know that's my BFF. I want to know all his business.
He'll probably tell you later, but then you're about to tell everybody.
Right.
But that's a risk you take. When you allow that kind of stuff to happen, that's a risk you take. That's why we say no. No good.
So he said, if you're bold enough to ask me if you go on vacation with your ex, I'm bold enough to say it's over.
I agree.
That's true. That's
And
true.
that's just my opinion. I agree.
All right, did you say you had another question on your page? I was thinking about
No,
the
that was
question
it.
we said before. That was it?
Yeah.
All right, so what did I put? So what would be your biggest, so we put, what is the biggest falling out behind? Okay, so just say you let them go. Truthfully, how would you feel when they came back? And just say, well, we're going to do both scenarios. You not knowing, though, something could have happened or something couldn't have happened. What would be your initial feeling when that person came home?
It depends on how he came home. If he ready to, you know,
Get down?
Yeah,
But
you
maybe
ready to
get
do
down
that?
several times.
Yeah, that's true.
No. know.
But
They
if
so
you just kind of
crafty.
They are crafty.
Right.
So are women, but.
But we talking about men. Woo, the women.
Yeah. I don't know. That's I guess I'm like you.
I
I
would
have to
be-
watch the demeanor, that whole body.
I would be in my feelings. I would not be happy.
I have to
Would
do
you be-
that.
I am jealous, so I know.
Would you be
I'm not.
calling him while he at the on
Nope.
the vacation?
I wouldn't call him.
I wouldn't call him. No,
I
no.
would
That would be
call
his
him.
job to be calling.
Yep.
me.
I'd probably be calling like, where y'all at? What's the
What you
room
doing?
number? I'm on the room
FaceTime
number.
me. You understand? I want to see what's going on here.
Let me see the living arrangements.
Right, where she at? Where you at? What you doing? I probably would call. I'm not
Girl,
gonna lie.
please, that's all shade because they can totally, as soon as they hang up from you, go bounce to wherever it is they're going.
Right,
Yeah.
but they'll make it real hard for them to keep bouncing all day.
Yeah. No, I would be. I don't know. I don't think the relationship would last for me. I don't think it would last.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Have you guys ever been in a situation like that? though?
That's what I was saying.
Oh, well, you
Edie
would-
has, not me.
When he took off to a party, playing stepdaddy. You can keep on playing stepdaddy.
Yeah. Okay. So Nunu says
She's like, yeah, what Nunu say?
because it's true. A man will tell himself they are not
Girl.
good at lying. That is so true.
You come in all nervous.
They will, and you can read it. You know he done stuck with that woman.
Oh, wait a minute. What about the kids though?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Them
The
but
too.
kids. Let me tell you something. The kids will always. But you know what? The kids will always tell. They can tell what's going on in a relationship too, because if they act like they're not together, but then something happens. I did something in front of one of my kids one day, and they was like, "Oh," and I'm like, "How did they even know that they're like 3 years old? Like, what? They knew emotions at that time." And I just remember when I was younger, my mom used to be like, "Kids, they will tell."
Yeah, they will
it
tell
all.
too. You
So-
gotta be careful because are you guys getting back together? If they start seeing you guys talking and maybe you know what I mean.
Right. And then they'll come home and be like, "Mommy,
Yeah.
Daddy was such and such." Oh my God, I would be livid. But
Oh my goodness, yeah. But it's true. Men are no good at lying. I don't even know why they try it, why they do it. Especially if you got game, you recognize it. So
Right.
right, especially if you've been with them for a long time.
yeah, especially if you've been with them. But like if you used to run a game or used to be around on you, you recognize the signs.
Mhm.
If he's trying to play you,
But wait a minute, but we put all the emphasis on that though. But what if they just go out? Just say if he wants to go on a vacation without you, period, without the mother, just with his children.
that's
Would
okay.
you-
That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all like that's fine.
Because
Really?
then that means it's Edie's time. Edie need her, space, her quiet time, her
I
peace
guess
time,
I'm just
her
family
mental
oriented.
time.
Like, why we all?
It's just a
can't go?
vacation. That means a short period of time. It doesn't mean
It's
it's,
like
a
a
long
weekender.
period of time.
Right, it's a
just,
weekender.
But they can't even function without us. They need us to make the sandwiches. They need us to pack the bags. They need all this stuff. Like,
Not really.
I can't go.
Some men are real. Some men can pull it together.
pull it
Not
off.
the new age men, but the
Old
they can pull
school.
it together. Right, they can pull it. Let's
So-
see. What does it say here, Valerie? It really doesn't matter if it's a vacation or whatever. If he or she is going to do anything, it won't.
It won't.
It won't.
Be
Yeah,
stopped.
it won't be stopped. A
Right.
cheater is a cheater. One just have to pray that they may love them enough to walk away from the situation when they are confronted.
And that's what we said before the show. I was like, at this point, like, you can't really control what somebody's gonna do anyway.
Right.
You can't really say like, don't go. You just gotta. At this age, I don't know about the new age, but at this point, you just gotta sit back and just watch what somebody will do.
So you're saying that you would be okay with him going?
I wouldn't have any opinion about them going, because first of all, he should know who I am to know even to ask, or he should know who I am even to say that he would want to do something like that.
Consider it, even take
Right.
it into consideration.
So, I mean, if he was to say it, I'd be like, okay. But that would definitely tell me who and what he is,
Yeah.
and he is easier to make a choice now. But I'm talking about back in the day, you'll be like, why I ain't going, or whatever, or, ask questions. But at this point, you just let them lead. At this point, you just watch the actions of a person. So for me, blended families to me was always like a touchy subject, because if I was involved with a person, I always would put myself on the back line to make it work. I got like 7 stepkids, and I've been through a lot as far as that blended stuff, because I feel like, and they probably get on here and say it's not true, I've done some ignorant stuff too, but I have also been the mature one, because I was like, I already know I was getting them and I was keeping them. but I also wanted to make sure that everybody was gonna get along. But my goals and mission wasn't the same as the other person. So, people tend to get hurt. And it usually will always be me. Because I'll be like, oh, I want to, even though if it was like, if they was dating and I was with them, or if he cheated on me with her or whatever, and in my mind, I always thought like, okay, bygones is bygones. You lost, keep it moving, and get over it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I never had the shield up to know that there will be some repercussion for that. Because I started moving ahead in my family life. I started moving ahead in what we got to do to accomplish where we was going, and that was always like marriage. But that's not how it works, because you got to always understand that there's some bitterness, there's some get back, payback, but I was always blinded by that because I was so into, I got them, we moving forward, we in love, who cares how you feel, get over it, and then try to bring them into that arena.
Yeah.
And that was like opening up, what they say, pork chops in the lion's den, so,
Yeah.
Mm. So this person said, if you are working on a current relationship, then you should close every past relationship door. Don't leave no reason for your current love to doubt your love. Consider the new person's feelings.
True.
And he said, I felt suspicious and felt like there was more to the trip than other than a vacation. Even though she said nothing happened, in my gut, I didn't believe it. I say trust what your intuition said. Prince, who you talking about?
So let me ask a question on that. So
I
what
won't be
if?
nosy.
Stop asking him that. What if
I'm calling him afterwards.
you're friends with somebody and they say they just want to give their ex closure, but in order to give them closure, they have to go and see them?
Bullshit.
You gotta call
It's
it
all,
BS.
girl.
You gotta call it BS. You gotta call
No,
in on
because
that
they
kind
said
of stuff
they
right
was
away.
raised to believe that closure was important.
Girl,
It is
bad.
important. It is important.
It is not.
It
Well,
is
yeah,
important. You do need closure. I'm serious.
I swear I've been through everything.
Yeah, but you have to go and see the person to, to get closure.
Hey, it's gonna be like when the
text
movies say, when movies scene, they gonna be crying and like, I don't want you, I'm over you. Then she gonna start crying. They gonna be like, no, don't cry. Then they gonna start taking their clothes.
That closure.
I do think that
No.
every relationship does need
Girl,
closure. I don't know if you need to.
When I stop calling and texting,
Right.
that's your closure right
That's
there.
your closure.
We
You
ain't
already know what you
together.
need.
You already know what the
No,
deal is.
that's
You don't
messed
need for
up.
me to tell you it's over.
Mm-mm,
That's
girl.
no,
I can
no,
write a
I'ma
whole
tell you
book
right,
off
that's
them
a done
closures.
deal.
Look, I can write a whole book on them closures, girl. That is some
Figure
baloney.
out.
Who needs? I mean, who? Well,
What's the thing?
I don't know who needs closure. I don't know.
Are we talking about Valerie?
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, one more thing. If the ex, one more thing. One more than if it was my ex, I would have sent him and hope that anyone take him. Laugh out loud, you guys. Have a good night. Bye now.
All right. So look. So we had this other question that I put on here. When is the perfect time to introduce the family to the other family?
When it becomes serious.
Or do it have to? And I put, do it have to be marriage?
I don't think so. I just think when it becomes serious, like when you say, you're my boyfriend now, you're my girlfriend, okay, now it's time to meet the kids. While you're dating, no, because that's not, you don't want too many people around your kids. You only
Right.
want the serious, you don't want your kids seeing too many men fly
Right.
through the door.
Right.
You
Right.
just want to see the serious ones, then you introduce those ones.
So how long?
It depends on how fast you're moving in your relationship.
Yeah.
I can't put a time, because if you're busy, he's busy, then it might take a little longer
Right.
than if you together every day, all day, and progressing fastly. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it depends on
Okay.
What do you think?
How long? I don't know. I'm just so whacked out about relationships, y'all. I need a fresh. I don't know. For me, I don't know. Y'all got to give me. I need a refresher. So this person said, I've been through the closure thing too. She should have got closure before she met me. Get the closure before moving on. If you don't have closure, you're not ready to move on.
I agree. You do need closure.
Why you gotta explain why you leaving? I never heard of that.
I need a closure in my first
Because
marriage.
I know my closure is like,
That's it.
I'm going over your house and I'm be like, it's over. But I'm coming over there with this nice little bra set on and I'm like, it's not closure.
It is
Why do you have to
closure.
go
When
visit?
you really want it over, yes.
Girl,
Or
I don't know what like.
I wanted closure, and I got it. And I wasn't
you
doing all that.
somebody, you wanted somebody to explain to you why they was treating you like crap.
Yes.
You
Really?
want to
No.
know? You want to know why it's over?
Mhm.
What for? What are you gonna do? It's
I know.
over. It's over. So what you gonna do? You can't make
I
it
want to
better.
know, was it something that I did?
So you could learn in your next relationship, or so you could try and get them back without doing that again.
No, just so I'll know the next time.
Oh no.
No me. My
That's
closure
doing too
will
much.
never be closed
I was
without.
gonna say, it's your loss, not mine.
Well, I think if me and my husband were to not work out, I would probably already know why. So I probably wouldn't want closure. I'd be good. But the first time I was a little bit.
So wait a minute, Prince. What is the important? Okay, wait. We gonna ask Prince. Prince, close the legs and not the new relationship. Really, close the legs and not the new relationship. What? Okay, so we gonna ask people out there, whoever's watching, what is the? If you have ever, I know everybody been in a relationship who all be on our podcast. What is the reason for closure? I need to know what the reason for closure is. Like you said, for you it was to work on.
I needed to know why the relationship, especially because a lot of times it's one or the other person comes up. Like if things weren't going good for a while, you know, and you thought things were okay, and then all of a sudden this person comes home and they're like,
Right.
we should divorce. And you're like,
Right.
well, what happened? Like, what's going on here now? Are you kidding with me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you separate, and then usually after, usually they make you go through counseling, but after that, you just want to know, like, really what did you do?
Mm-hmm.
And then if it really was nothing, it was just you grew apart, which happens.
But what if they
Then-
said some more? But I just think that wouldn't work for me because sometimes if you got narcissists and then you got people
Oh
that
yeah.
got issues, they gonna always, and that's why you have to be confident and to know that if it was the end, it was just the end. That's why I say the closure thing, because then that would like just say you had some self doubt about anything, and it probably wasn't even anything pertaining to that relationship or that person, but they will feed on that and make it seem like, you know, just like we see some of the things like, oh, you gained too much weight, or you cut your hair, like all these things that, you know, or you was mean, or I've been in situations where a woman just was so mean to this man, and it was like, what closure, like, I didn't feel he had an issue, but it was something that he personally had told her about himself. So that closure was the opportunity for her to beat on his esteem. So that's why I say is closure really closure, because at that point you have to be confident in yourself to close it. Because they can pour some of their bull into you to make you feel some type of way. Like, I didn't think that you did this, and you was probably doing it all the time. So you would start feeling misled or something.
And you do have a point, because now that I'm thinking about it, I remember I wanted closure and he didn't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
He did not want to help me with the questions that I had.
Right.
So, you know, then you go on with life. Did that fool come 7 years later?
Mm-hmm.
7 years later, and he wanted to talk, and he wanted
Right.
that closure, because he was going through counseling then.
Right.
So then he wanted me to come to one of his counseling sites. I'm like, no, I'm married now again. I got kids. I'm not going to do closure for you. You didn't do it when I needed it for you.
Right.
How long ago?
And see, that's what I mean. Closure is kind of like
Yes.
a beat up. It's like a bag. Like
Yeah,
you,
there's a chance. Yeah,
pretty
that-
much being a beat
they're
up bag,
petty.
because at the end of the day, if it's closed, it's just closed. It didn't work.
Yeah.
And something with us didn't click. So let's just let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. That's how I feel.
Let me see here now. What did someone say?
Somebody said, "Oh, go ahead with yours. I'll wait."
Okay. If it's an ex and you have a child, there is no closure. And if you don't have a child, that shit is
Closed.
already closed.
Right? Who is that?
No.
No. Yeah, I believe that too.
Yeah.
If they got a child, it's never closed. Especially if that person. That's a big thing. And you know what? People always minimize people that have children. That is like the most precious moment for two people. You know, I mean, having a child for this person, you know. And I don't know if it's like that today or back in the days, but it's like there really isn't a closure, because like you gave your body to this person, you had their child. So is there really closure? My daughter's actually going through that right now. Like, she wanna, you know, have closure to something, and it's like she texts me, and I hope she's not on here because I'm telling her business, but she texts me today, and she asked me, you know, how did I feel about something? You know, she's a new mom and everything, and you know what I said? Love and kindness. Because I can't say, screw him, da-da-da. Like, you know, this is this is a bond that they created. So they're going to have to come to some kind of medium to be able to make it work. And it won't be no closure. It won't be no closure for her, probably for him, because he got like probably 15 other women that's ready to fulfill that purpose. But at the end of the day, she had to make up her mind that it probably won't be a closure, because every time she look at her child, it looks like this person.
A reminder.
But the closure part is her being healthy and okay with it. But it won't ever be closure, because like now, let me, let's do this co-parenting, this whatever. And I was like, you know what? Treat him with love and kindness. Don't say anything about the things that he have not done or will not do, or to your perspective of what it's supposed to be. I was like, treat him with love and kindness, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to win. Unless if you keep leaving it open,
That's easier said than done.
I know.
You know what I mean?
But I wanted to teach her to try, because it won't be a closure. Like, no, a mother, the old mama like me, I would have been over there fighting him, and we would have been, and I would have been like sending my boys over there to fight him and everything. But I was like, that's not, because, and I would have made her, a mother tries, I know my mom trying to pull me from somebody that I love. That's not going to work.
Right.
So I can't tell her to have closure. She have a baby. It looks just like them. They talk, they communicate, whatever. But I cannot put a closure on her, because it's not going to happen. Like she said, it's not going to happen. The kid is no closure. I'm pretty sure any of my kids are like 24 and 25, and I guarantee you, one of they crazy daddies, we ain't been together in 20-some years, he'll still be like, I still love you. And I'll be like, bye, boy. Like, get off my line. I was 18 years old, So.
Yep. You want to read Michelle's?
Nunu just said, if I tell you that I'm unhappy about our relationship, and you continue to do it, I'm going to leave, and I will tell you, I told you what I was unhappy with, and you didn't try to change, so it's over. Agree 100%.
Yeah.
I
There's
agree
your closure.
100%.
You told him. Probably
Right.
several
And he's
times.
not-
Right, and
Exactly.
I'm not gonna open up the door for you to tell me everything that was wrong with me.
Right.
Cause now 90% of the time they ain't gonna say nothing was wrong with them. Now they beating up your spirit and beating up how you feel. No. So I had another question on here. I said, when we going back to the parenting part, as far as like when they going on a trip, some of the when you co-parenting, and that's the reason that something will come up, is because the other person is manipulative. I've known some women that be like, oh, I just absolutely love you, and I love your kids, and and they get your kids over there and treat you like crap.
Well, the kids will tell that.
Oh, yeah.
If they're old enough.
But I'm just saying, but it's true stories that women do that to the men as well. Like, oh, I absolutely adore Adam. But it's only because they know that they're getting to the father's heart. So you got to be careful of that too. Like women and men that's manipulative. Men will come in with money buying your kids.
Yeah.
I've had situations like that. Men will come in like, oh, I want to buy your kids everything. I'm like, nah, buddy. Like, you can't get to me like that. Like, it's something bigger than that with the family. So.
Yeah. I don't know.
You say, yeah, you don't know. Men are manipulative. If they know that your kids are your heart, honey, they will try.
No, they definitely will. And I was thinking about what you were saying about the children and being manipulated by the other person. I was just thinking, would I really leave my kids? I guess it depends on the age. Would I leave my kids with the new woman? Like if I was just going to run to the grocery store. Would I leave them to try to develop a relationship?
Right, and that's the thing about it. That's why I always tried to be a stellar stepmom, because you know what, I don't know why, but when I was young, I always felt like if I died, and I had 4 children, so if I died and my kids were left to be, this was when I was with my first husband, I had 2 kids, so I was like, if I died and he had to have somebody, raise my kids, or he had my kids, I always thought that, they say what you do good on the land or whatever. So I used to try to be so nice and treat the children, because I never knew what would happen to me. So I wanted my karma to come back on my kids, that if something happened to me and he had to take care of them, whoever the stepmom or whoever the co-parenting was, that she would be nice to them. So that was the thing about it. So I was like, so when you think, that's stuff that you do think about, like, would you leave your kids with a person? And I always wanted the mothers to be comfortable like that. And they probably, and you know what they used to say, that I do too much. They thought I did too much as a step parent. But for me, I was just like, I had a lot of love to give. Like, I didn't think that I did too much. Even they used to always be like, well, you do too much as a step parent. I'm like, no, but it's like, we family. Like, there's no other way to do it. I'm not going to buy my kids this and buy your kids that. Everybody has equal into this. So I wanted them also to be comfortable to leave their children at my house.
What about the partners that want to be before your children, even though you're not married?
Like, what do you mean? You mean like the new girlfriend wants to
Be the
be
first,
put
yeah,
before
your children.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Well, hopefully they got a brain in their head. That doesn't.
Girl, I can tell you who don't.
That's not cool.
I know. I was at the barbershop. I just told, and I hope Tito watch it. It was some girl in there. She was with this guy, and it was clearly the kids wasn't his. Oh my God, he was talking to them kids so reckless. I was like,
Where was the mom?
The mom was standing right there. And me and Tito just kept looking at each other like, oh, I could not take it no more. I was like, But some people do. They put the person before the children.
Oh no, yeah, I know. I already know that situation because I had to check
Men
somebody
should do
real
that
quick.
for about women. I don't think women necessarily
Do that.
Well, you know what? I take that back because there are some
Women
women
are
that
the
were.
worst.
Yeah, you're right.
Let me tell you,
Women do get crazy.
when I had my daughter, I haven't seen her in many years, but Jasmine is 25. When I had her, the guy I was dating, well, her dad was dating some girl or whatever, and she was like, you know how the old school mom, she called me and she said, let me tell you something. Every time they think about they doing something or they going out or something, she was like, you better call, because you know he loves his daughter, so he wanted to always be around. She was like, you call and you say she's sick, her ear hurt, and he gonna drop the whole date and come. This is what his mom used to tell me when I was young, because I was like 19 or 18 years old. But so that's what I'm saying, the manipulative part. That's why I put that in there, because it's so many manipulative things that people will do that you have to sometimes be as crafty as them to figure out what their whole purpose or what their whole intentions are.
So are you telling me at the end of the day, just don't date somebody with children? Or their children need to be grown and out of the house at this age?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
right now. Is that what you're
Girl,
telling me?
mine, when I got with mine, they was fresh out the womb. I love my babies too. They all ain't babies. They probably watching. I mean, they like 19, 20, 21. I got 7 stepkids, but that was hell.
Yeah.
It was hell. I got them. They was all young, and I'm kind of glad for that too, because they all grew up together. Because like you said, I had stair steppers, so they all grew up together. But it was like my love always won. It didn't matter what. It didn't. If your intentions are right, and that's what the part I was saying. That's why I was like, I don't know if I would be like yes or no, because ultimately, if your intentions are right, it's always going to end up right. So when I look at my stepchildren now and be like, as long as I knew I was right, I wasn't like trying to be like I love them so much because I wanted the man, or trying to do so much because I wanted the man. Everything was sincere. I wanted to treat them how if I died, I wanted somebody to treat my kids. And in our way, like they all grown, they love me, we still talk, they still come over, we hang out or whatever. You know, my other son, I just texted him the other day like I love you, and you know he was just staying with me recently. But it's at the end of the day, you have to be, and I know I'm not gonna say I'm a rare form, but I know women are manipulative, men are too. I have also had situations where a guy was interested, probably just wanted me, and he was just doing too much for my children. He didn't even know anything about them, but he knew that I love my children. So therefore, he did certain things to try to win me over. And I'm like, I don't know if you're a pedophile. I don't know your age. I don't know where you live. I don't know your family. I don't know none of this. But, you know, so you have to be careful of that too. So at the end of the day, it's building that bond with the person. I know we had said that, like, how can you build the bond at the end of the day to be healthy, to truly trust the person that's around your kids? And truly trust if they do go on vacation. Like some people can go. I truly believe if it's all righteous, some people can go with their ex on a vacation, and without you, and it's okay. But you really have to have that person that have that heart. Because I would think like if I was to go somewhere with my ex and just say we did a family thing, of course we wouldn't be in the same room and stuff. But I think that I can go to that place with him and it'd be okay, and I would want my husband or whoever I'm with to trust me. Because it'll be sincere, not because of what we had. I can go right now on a vacation with my first, kid's father, and it wouldn't be nothing. But if he had an issue, I would try to be the mediator in between both of them to not like have them having something against each other. I mean, that's just me. But that comes from a lot of ASS whoopings. And it came from a lot of heartache and pain and tears. That's the only way I can say that now. But it wasn't. Originally, I'd be like, oh, no, we fighting. No. But that's why. So. And it does, and we said that too. It takes a team to raise the kids.
For sure.
So you have to be healthy.
What does Michelle say?
I'm cool with my daughter's stepmother and a couple of my daughter's siblings, but
Wait, start slow. She said she cool with her. You gotta read
I'm
real
cool.
slow because I gotta listen to them.
I'm
'Cause
cool
I'm here to
with
give
my
y'all some
daughter's
love.
stepmother
Cool with daughter's stepmother. Okay.
and a couple of my daughter's siblings. The daughter's siblings, I guess, with the stepmother, I'm assuming.
Mm.
But her father, the other ex, just hated me because she was insecure because he made her that way because he told her I will always love Michelle.
Yeah.
So he keeps
Yes,
it
that's why I said that manipulative is a big umbrella. Yes. Was that Nunu again?
Mm-hmm.
Nunu, we should have brought you on here, girl. Me and you need to be sitting
She
up
don't
here.
live here.
She'll live here.
No, she don't live
I'm telling you, and they would, because here's the thing, and that was before we got to a healthy place when I thought she was my friend. Me and her had a certain thing, and he would call her, the ex would call her and say blah 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 blah. You know, like he was the middleman, because when he saw that me and her was becoming real good friends, he made sure that he would put a
Yes.
bug in her ear
Yeah.
or say something to
Ouch.
make it. He didn't have nothing solid to stand on, but he would he would say something to her, or he'll maybe dibble and dabble with her, and that's the thing that I didn't know either, because I thought it was just me and him, but he'll go back and say something that she needed to hear because she wasn't over it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's true. Men would do that. They would get in between and try to, create something, and like I said, and would make her feel some type of way about you, and it ain't true, because he had that power, because she still loves him. So yeah.
Or do you think that's because he wants to be able, if you act up, you want to be able to run it this way?
right? That's exactly why.
Because they're good at that.
Exactly why they want both. They want to have both. They want to have the cake and eat it too. Or if you don't do something, it's always what you want to do. The next person will.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you know that the person is weak and still in love.
That goes for men and women,
yeah.
but usually men are
Right.
notorious for that type
Women
of behavior.
too. So we neck to neck in 2018. I think the
Neck
women
to
and
neck,
men
bro.
are neck to neck.
And women are something else now.
Oh man, they getting just as bad as the men.
They school
Okay,
me.
so
I'm
he
like,
said, a real man recognizes that a single woman's children comes first. A real man would support a single mom and not try to put himself above her kids. That's true. That's true.
Who's
I
that?
agree.
Terrence?
Prince.
Oh,
Prince.
Prince.
Prince on it tonight.
Mhm.
I'm about to call him when we leave this thing. I want to know who he's talking about, because that's the story I don't know.
Really?
Nah, probably do. I'm just playing.
Mm.
But I always tease Prince. Prince, thank you for tuning in. It is actually 1 minute before 8 o'clock.
Oh, I didn't even get to say
Oh,
anything
say.
about my...
Okay.
Okay, so a few things quickly
Right.
to help with the blended relationship. When you first start out, let the biological parents be the disciplinary for the children. You know what I mean? Let them.
I ain't whoop
Discipline
nobody.
them.
Oh yeah, did I whoop kids?
You probably did.
My kids ain't my step kids. I did not whoop my step kids. They listen better than my kids.
Oh, really?
Listen. Yes, I didn't have to whoop them. I just probably would. They all had the same thing. I didn't have to whoop them.
When like a new couple, when you have a blended family, you're trying to put them together. The adults have to realize that they are not each other's priority at the moment, because they have to get the children in a healthy place for their new relationship.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It also says that you should create new traditions. So what you were doing with your family over there when it was that family, that's cool and dandy, but then you should try to come up with something different for your new family to do. That will be a tradition. It's suggested that you guys have weekly meetings, I guess, to catch up. These days everybody's kind of on their phone and doing their own thing.
Right.
And then it said that you should also try to include a family fun night, if you can help it.
Yeah, me and my kids, when we was doing our blended thing, we used to always create, we used to cook and do family night, car night. I mean, we always had stuff, because you know what? It is hard, and if it's a different dynamic of them coming to your home, you have to make it different, because they have to trust you too, because you don't know what they being told at their house.
Mm-hmm,
And I know my kids, my stepkids, they was hearing so much. But like I said, always, always, your heart will always outweigh everything. And once they got to love me and understand that what I was giving them was sincere, it was no problem. But it is, because when they go home, oh, you was over at that B house and, you know, and F her and, you know, this, and but they never disrespected me because it was consistent and
Right.
the love was consistent. So
3 little quick other things it said for the ex, so like the new person in the relationship. 3 things.
3 things to the exes.
Yeah.
Y'all turn y'all listening ears on.
3 things to help them. It says that treat the new stepchildren with respect. That was one of them. And then it says try to find something in common with the stepchildren. And then it says listen and acknowledge the feelings that your stepchildren are wanting to share. That's sweet.
The exes, just get over it before y'all. I don't know.
What do you say?
I just said exes, they have to really be truthful if they over it.
Yeah.
If you're not over it, like, Negro, I still love you. Because you gonna be, it creates a lot of heartache and pain. And I'm gonna share my business. The ending thing with me and the last person who I thought was my friend, after all that, she still loved them. And I can understand why she did and understand why, but we was married. It doesn't matter. People, it take time to get over stuff. It take years and years. If she would have just been honest with her feelings, me and her we wouldn't have like bumped heads, because she just would have been honest instead of saying, you know, I'm over him, I had a baby or whatever. Because anybody can have a baby. You could be like, that's an uh-oh moment, but it's something that you could either be paying back or, you know, but she wasn't over him. So that created a different atmosphere to, you know. So I don't beat up on the exes. Just be honest. It's something that you have to go, that's what you have to go through. If you're not over that person, say it. If you're not done with it, say it. If you need to get help, get help. But don't fake the funk, because that usually causes a lot of
Friction in the end.
Yeah, friction, hurt, pain.
Yeah.
Diverse, division,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff. So, one more thing. So, Prince, at the end of this, he said, women want their cake, ice cream, fudge, sprinkles, and whipped cream, too.
I'm glad you know what women want. So get it, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Tune in next week. Again, y'all, just quick, I know it's 8:02.
Yeah.
Y'all get to Tito Shop at 2124 and a half West Broadway. My brother did these shirts. I'm so happy. It's called Up Your Image. You wear the shirt, you get proud to redo who you think you are, up into a next level for the next generation, for the next world. And also Northtown Mall and Blaine, my girl Queen Slay. She doing her thing. I'm so proud of her. She's young, pretty. She got a pop-up shop in Northtown Mall. It's right by Auntie Annie's. Is that the pretzel shop? Mm-hmm. Y'all just go by there and support. I am actually going to be doing makeup for her. For whoever spend like $150. They get a free makeup with lashes from me. I'm doing that as a donation to her.
Aww.
So you get all prepped up. And last but not leastly, 5 to 9 a.m., Monday through Friday, I am KMOJ. My name is Tiffany right now, but hopefully Tiffany Sky. I was Tiffany Love. Y'all tune in, listen to KMOJ FM HD2. We love y'all. Feel free to inbox us at the 4 Opinions, www.the4opinions at gmail, right? Gmail.com, yes. Check us out on YouTube.
Yes.
And you got your Snapchat name and stuff?
Yeah, it's going to be on YouTube. But
Yeah.
my Snapchat is Amika.
Amika.
What's your Snapchat name?
Yep.
Okay.
What is it?
It's Edie33.
Edie33, and y'all know, man, I got that. Y'all check us out. We be having fun outside of the podcast. Again, we looking for more topics, and you guys have a good night.
We'll see you guys next week.
Peace out. Yeah, next Thursday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Am I hitting finish?
Yeah, just stop.